YouTube has continued to attack alternative media by demonetizing most of our videos. If you'd like to support the channel, please visit our Amazon store or our Patreon page. Links below. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. And, 2018 has already been off to a very interesting start. We had the Logan Paul suicide forest video that went absolutely insanely viral and pissed off a lot of people because Logan Paul showed a dead body on the screen. I'm sorry, everything I look at that video says to me that it's 100% fake, but that being said, it was still apparently a dead body shown on the screen, and some people looked at it as a way of mocking suicide or just glorifying suicide. But now we have the next thing. It's only 2 weeks later. We've got the Tide Pod Challenge. Now, the Tide Pod Challenge is a meme. It's been around for a while. It's ultimately nothing new. Laundry detergent and online pranksters have been kind of faking this game for about 3 or so years now, and now the mainstream media is picking up on it, and they're urging children and they're urging parents to not let their children eat Tide Pods because it's current year. And that, my friends, is where we are right now, where these people are legitimately afraid. Good Morning America is running stories about this. They're talking about this as if it's a legitimate thing. And it might be in some respects. According to experts, there have been 10 deaths related to the Tide Pods over the course of the past couple years. There were 10,000 cases of poisoning through laundry detergent consumption in 2017, and we've already seen a fair amount of people getting injured off of these kind of things just in the 15 days of 2018. So people are legitimately ingesting laundry detergent for a prank, for an online challenge. I mean, there's that old adage of like, if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you jump off too? I would say that in this case, there are some children that are in fact doing that exact same thing, like lemmings off a cliff, so to speak. They want to be in on the crowd. This isn't like the ice bucket challenge from 2015. This is straight up, laundry detergent. I don't know about you, but when I'm sitting there doing my laundry, when I'm pouring in my detergent, my Tide detergent, I don't look at it and go, man, that syrupy-like substance just looks delicious. I just want to put an umbrella in it, sit by the pool, and sip my Tide. No, I don't do that. I'm also 35 and an adult. But I understand that kids out there could get caught up in the challenge because there have been pranksters that have in fact faked this thing. They faked these kind of pranks before with laundry detergent, which probably led other people to try it, thinking that it wouldn't, that they'd be okay because they saw somebody do it on the internet. And I know I like to sit there and say that we ultimately are not responsible for what our audience does, that we as creators, as entertainers on these kind of platforms are not in any way responsible. But I think there's still we have to be aware of our voice. Like, I know these prank channels want to believe, they want people to believe that everything they do is real. They want people to believe that everything they put out there is 100% legit. It almost never is. And the ones that are legit are usually they gone wrong sort of thing, but the legit gone wrong, not the, Tide Pod Challenge, parentheses, gone wrong. But this is a reality. This is where we are. And ultimately, Tide itself may have inadvertently kind of spurred the meme a couple years ago when they did the Tide Challenge, which was they went to a bunch of influencers on YouTube and other places, and they basically said, hey, why don't you do some videos about Tide? We'll pay you money to do it. You put it out there, and that's going to be their marketing campaign. And there's a whole playlist dedicated to that right now. Now, I think Tide was relatively unaware of the connection between the Tide Challenge and the Tide Pod Challenge. Maybe not. I have no idea what they were at, but right now this is a legitimate concern. As I said, there were already numerous cases this year. In fact, there were 40, and about half of which are cases of people who have legitimately ingested this detergent or these pods. And that is far too many. That is far too many. But when it comes to this particular thing, and when it comes to the whole situation involving Tide Pod and the Tide Pod challenge and the internet at large, especially because this is more or less a meme, and memes apparently now have legs, someone put out there like, hey, could we in fact turn this into a character? Right. And there's a girl by the name of Azumi. She's a cosplayer who came back with a cosplay version of the Tide Pod challenge. And if it, I look at this and I just can't help but laugh, because this is where our society is. This is why, honest to God, there is a huge disconnect between the real world and the internet. And when you try to explain the internet to people, they don't get it. When you try to explain the internet to people about why things happen, or the humor in things, or the joke around things, it becomes very difficult, right? I can look at Azumi in the Tide Pod cosplay and go, that's clever, because, it feels almost Rule 34. But you go to a random parent that doesn't know what it is, a random parent that is watching Good Morning America while they iron laundry and sip their coffee, hating their life and their choices, and they see this and they freak out over it, and then they want to scrub the web, making sure that their children aren't doing the same thing. And they might come across this and be horrified and disgusted at the fact that there have been deaths that have been linked to the people ingesting laundry detergent or Tide Pods, essentially. 10, like I said, there were 10,000 cases of poisoning just in 2017, and we've had 40 reported cases in 2018. 20 of those were from legitimate, glug 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 situations. I can understand why parents might be freaking out about this, and it goes to show you that memes can sometimes go too far. I know there's the meme, don't let your memes be dreams, but it's entirely possible that we've gotten to the point with Tide Pods where you just realize that they should just not be used for anything other than their intended purpose. But it's the internet, so the real question is going to boil down to, well, if we get rid of this, what will we replace it with? Right? Because that's true. What's going to be the next challenge? The internet likes a challenge. I don't know. I have a daughter. She's 6 weeks old. She's going to get to a point where she's going to be interested in these sort of things, and she's going to see these sort of things, and she's going to come to me and ask, Daddy, what does this mean? And I'm going to have to sit there and explain to my daughter the internet. And that is a day I am both looking forward to and not looking forward to, simply because it's just a weird freaking place. But my final thought here. Don't eat laundry detergent. It's toxic, it's poisonous, right? It's not worth it. If you're looking for a small, colorful item to, go get Starburst, go get Skittles, heat them up in the microwave, mash them together, get your Tide Pod on. But no, I don't really know how to end the story. It's just, don't do it. Just love of God. Don't do it. But what are your guys' thoughts on this? Is it a meme worth having? Is it a meme worth ending? Where should we go from here? And is humanity just ultimately doomed for this level of stupidity? These are things I want to know. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. If you guys haven't already, please thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, check back often for more content from me. If you want to support the channel, you can do so right now. Video description has a bunch of links. Or if you just want to hang out, turn off the pesky ad block, and mundane, mad, and chill, you can do so right now.